If your pool decking drain channel looks like mine, it's all jacked up. It's about 12 years old and it's cracked and sketchy looking, and it's full of silt and dirt. You want to replace it, right? But if you're like me, you've discovered that the channel is down in there and built into the concrete, and the only way to get it out is butcher it out, because the channel, here's a new piece, it's down in there like that, and so you can't just pull it straight out. There's no way it'll come out. The concrete is holding that little lip, and there's so much silt and stuff, there's no way it's coming out. So I bought these new channels, just the stuff at Home Depot, right? I looked online, there's a couple of varieties of design, but they're all pretty much the same thing. It's a drain channel with holes in the top to drain, pull the tape off, to drain the water down in there and channel it away. Well, mine doesn't channel away too well, because that's actually kind of a pool area down there. They didn't level it too well when they built it. Anyway, to get this out, as you can see, I've made a mess, but you just got to cut it out inches at a time and pull out what you can. And then you take one of these brand new channels and you cut you modify it. You basically gotta cut it off. So I took one of these new channels, and I'm not going to use this one, but this one makes an example of what I had to do. I cut off the top of it, so it'll pop down in there when I get it all cleaned up. So instead of looking like this, I cut off the bottom of it, and I'm going to make it so it fits down in there, and then caulk the difference. That's, as far as I know, that's the only remedy we can do for a deck like this. I hope you have a better idea, because this is not easy. This is how it's done. After making one pass, cutting at that angle, I came back and made another pass going the other way, the other angle. So all I really did was cut out the center piece, and now I've got to go in and try to cut down in there and cut the plastic to pull it out enough that it'll be down below the shelf of the channel. And like you can see in this one, that's how far down I got by going at an angle like that with the blade going all the way across there. It's a slow and painful process, but it's getting it done. It took me about 3 hours so far to get this far, just so you know what you're in. One of the hardest parts of this job is going to be cleaning the mud out of there and getting everything cleaned up. It's a lot of mud. I've squirted out with high pressure, but I really got nowhere for it to go, and I don't feel like having to go everywhere, so I'm just digging it out a little at a time, and then I'll sweep it up. And that's what it looks like when you dig it all out. There we go. That should pop right down in there nicely. So as you can see, I hammered down a few pieces into that channel, and as you can see, I've cut it away down far enough that the channel will fit down in there. Here's the old stuff right here. Cut back as far as I could with that 6-inch blade, and I'm hoping that I have no troubles getting the rest of it down in there. So I'll just put it in place and start tapping it down. I've got a hammer and this wedge micarta block, and I'm just tapping it on down. Some places it went in super easy. Other places I had to tap it pretty hard to get it down in there. So it's not, I didn't have to glue it in. It'll stay in there. Anyway, here goes. Hopefully this turns out nicely. It looks like this one just falls in. I may have to glue this one in, but the first two just fell. I had to hammer in, so this one just fell in. So I may have to actually glue that one down. Well, the job is done. And I got the new drain channel in there. And it went in nicely, actually. It went in really nicely. I'm not even gonna have to caulk it. It'll pop out. It doesn't come out real easy, but I can get it out. So if I need to clean it out again. So I just cleaned out that old channel really good. Got a shop vac in there and a little paintbrush and brushed everything clean. Cut those pieces off, dropped them in place, stepped on them so they kind of popped down in there. And that's the job done. So now my deck is finished. I hope that helped.